We're going.
You didn't
now.
even go on 3. You went after 3.
Anyways, so we are back, and we are picking up right where we left off. As a recap, our 4 recently liberated captives, Sean, Soren, Tyler, Ziddix, Wilson, Tet, and Eric, Skade. Sorry, I can't get the dialect down. Skade.
Skada.
Okay.
It's like Australian.
Skada, mate.
You guys awoke within a very mysterious and frankly unknown location. After waking one by one, you were able to find that you were in fact in the cargo hold of a ship. No power, no gravity. After some mid-air antics that would make Cirque du Soleil blush, you were able to get across the room to find a console that allowed you to further track into the ship where the bridge happened to be. Upon getting into the bridge, you encountered the AI of the ship, Annie, who seemed to be slightly on the fritz. Unfortunately, you weren't able to bypass security systems, and some security measures were deployed to hovering drones through some extremely effective martial prowess and the lucky finding of a laser pistol. We were able to dispose of the security drones, and through the use of his rig, he was able to, Ted that is, implant his drone's AI into the ship. Power was restored, albeit momentarily, and that is where we're picking up, as you guys are still within the bridge. Gravity has unfortunately gone out again, and your AI Buzz had indicated there were 2 locations that you might need to visit, and it's up to you on which one you would visit first. The first, he indicated, was where your guys' equipment was, which was on the top deck of the ship in the living quarters. He kind of passes the information along to each of your guys' personal communicators. For those listening, it's a little map that I have, indicating that your stuff was within the sleeping quarters of the ship. And on the opposite, unfortunately, side of the ship, lower in the maintenance deck, was the power generator, the reactor of the ship itself, and also the gravity controls. So, 2 different locations. You guys were in the bridge, which, for just kind of reference, would be kind of here. This would be over the top, and kind of between the bridge deck and the maintenance deck would be the cargo hold. So think of it as top, second, third, and fourth, according to those different decks. So top,
So there's no elevator between them, there's just stairs?
There seems to be some locations that have lifts, but judging from like the power, being out completely, it's a good guess that they probably aren't functional.
Okay.
So you guys might have to take the long way around. In this case, the long way being heading back through into the cargo hold, and then either heading upwards to the deck, the crew quarters, to claim your belongings, or heading down to the maintenance deck and restoring power as quickly as possible.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Who has the laser pistol right now?
I do.
I believe Ziddix has the laser pistol. That was reclaimed from the corpse of an unknown crew member who had a very vicious wound across his chest.
I think we should get our gear first. There's only 2 of us have weapons.
Would it not help, though, to have power to do this?
Because the door might be closed.
I do agree that it would make sense to work top to bottom, but because we have limited power right now, I would say that our main priority is going to be restoring what power we can, and then working from there.
This is what my concern is. Once we get the power, What's stopping the security systems from activating again and coming after us?
Buzz. I would say Buzz.
Yeah, he's the ship's AI now,
Oh, that's
He-
true.
and
kind of
he
on
answers
cue.
to me directly.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Then-
you hear just kind of chortling out of all of your communicators at once, like 4 times echoing. Just, don't you worry about that, boy. I'll take care of everything as soon as this your power's on. And just throwing my proverbial hat in the ring, I'd kind of like my body back.
I want my more.
I'd like your body back too, buddy. I'm gonna work on that as soon as I can. Okay.
Thanks, boss. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, he's enthusiastic. That's the word I'll use about him.
That's one word. That's one word.
So,
All right, let's
Down
head
to
the,
maintenance, is it?
reactor then.
And as you guys are exiting, you're going out of the bridge, back through the area where the escape pods are. And what order are you guys going in?
I'll go first, I guess.
'Cause
I'll
you
try to
guys
use
are
my
kind of like
glowy dye.
The gravity's
gliding,
still-
the gravity has ceased, so
Yep.
you guys are still kind of maneuvering in
Okay.
0 G. So you got to
Okay.
kind of, we'll say just so you don't have to make a bunch of checks. We'll just say that you guys are kind of, accustomed now to moving in 0 G. So
Okay.
we'll just say what order are you guys moving in?
I'll be taking up the rear.
I'll go first so I can wipe
I'll
away.
go second from rear.
I'll be second in the order.
Okay. And as you guys are moving, you get through the door, which now you guys have pushed both doors from the bridge to the escape pods and the escape pods to the cargo hangar. They're wide enough for everybody to go through, albeit kind of sliding through a little bit. As you make your way through, and Skaday makes his way through as well, you hear Skaday, Ted, in your earpiece. Boss, I didn't want to alarm everybody at once, but while the systems were online, I did some checking. There's a lot of systems that are damaged, and it doesn't seem like it was anything external that caused the problems. There's several locations that are either breached and have no atmosphere. But what's worse, at least from what I can tell, is that there's only one life sign, and it's in one of those void spaces. I couldn't get much just from the short amount of time that the power was there, but I just thought you might like to know that it's not moved yet, but it didn't read as let's just say friendly. And again, this is just in his ear only.
Okay.
What deck was he talking about then?
He kind of blinks it slightly on your communicator, and it's actually you see where you didn't notice it before. There was actually a docking collar connected to the cargo hold,
Okay.
and it kind of just gives one quick little blip.
I just keep my arm at my side, but just glance down at it nonchalantly. While I just the entire time we've been going, I've actually been holding onto the back of his belt or something like that, just letting him carry me along. So I just glance down at it and notice. Keep that to myself.
Okay. All right. So you guys slide into the cargo area. You're now on that second floor that you came to that console, which is now unfortunately dead. It seems whatever emergency power was going into that is no longer there. And judging from the way that the layout is, to the left is going to be going down into the maintenance deck area, and to the right is going to go around the stairs and up into the crew area. So to the left, it's more of a ladder maintenance kind of check because, kind of from where you're at, it really doesn't seem like any lifts are working. So there's not going to be a short way to get there.
Well, should we go down the little ladder then? Head to the maintenance.
Yeah, continue the order.
Okay. So you maneuver on down, sliding through the stairwell, or not the stairwell, but the ladder kind of corridor. It's really kind of a orientation jarring, just because you're essentially climbing down, you're staring at the floor, and it's a little uneasy, because for a moment you have the gravity return, so you're like, is the power going to get restored? Am I going to get my face smashed in? But you make it down. It's a good distance, to get down to the bottom deck of the ship. You kind of reorient yourself to kind of, face the normal horizon if gravity were there. And that is actually going to be putting you guys right about in this area.
Okay. And then where on this deck is the reactor?
As you guys all get here, on the lower deck, you see that to the right, there seems to be what appears to be some sort of hallway leading to maybe some external areas. And he indicated that that was kind of a no atmosphere area. Really didn't get much information about what was wrong with the places, but it was definitely a not place you want to go. And then straight ahead, it was another door closed, and to the left there was a door that is also closed, and it seems to be a hallway extending further towards the front of the ship. So all three of those doors are closed. And you guys have descended the ladder, and now you're all kind of like in this room.
Well, logically, the reactor should be like the deepest part of the ship, right?
I would imagine. Do we know generally where to head to get to the reactor?
Yeah, I mean he had passed along the layouts that you guys see before you, and it does appear that yes, you are right here, and just across the threshold of that doorway, and just on the other side of what appears to be a bulkhead. It didn't really have the specifics of it, just a really flat layout, is where the reactor is.
You're saying ahead of us?
Directly ahead.
Okay. So, looking at that layout, just motion to the one in front of us, go over to it and see, look for panels, look for what might be keeping it closed.
Okay. Go ahead and then just looking at the door, we'll just say computer check or engineering check, depending on what you're looking for, panels or the state of the door.
Look at the state of the door.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a 12.
A 12?
Yeah.
Anybody else that's
I'm in the way
trained
back.
in it?
I'm not sure.
You guys have kind of assembled in the room, so I mean, if you like, you can certainly, break kind of line formation.
I could do a perception check just to see what the door looks like, I guess.
Yeah, just more of like a general observation of it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And you're looking at it, you said you got a 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
9?
Trying to break down.
14.
Okay, 14.
Yep.
It seems like the deck, leading up to it, all of the framework of the door seems to be intact and everything. It definitely looks like the bulk of it is locked. It's like it's whatever locking mechanism in place there is stuck. What catches your attention are the large grooves kind of along the wall between the front door and the door to your left. You see what appears to be 3 long gashes along the interior.
Can I look at that too?
Absolutely.
How big are they?
Can I do
Or how big
Well,
is this?
I want to do physical science.
Yeah, he'd
Space
probably just
between
point it out
Yeah,
to
you
you.
can do a physical science. You were seeing this because all the lights
your
are
physical
out
science?
except for your guys'
Okay, mine's at 6.
communicators,
I put
which
one
have
ring
flashlights
on
in them.
Blow dude.
Yeah, and your guys. So you do cast dim light, in a radius, and you guys' individual communicators have flashlights, so you can really pinpoint light. But through the dim light, you see this. The gashes are about they're horizontal. There's 3 of them.
Right.
They're about 1.5 meters long, and about 10 centimeters high each.
Well, that's
So it's something
Well,
big.
10 centimeters?
centimeters.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, true. It's like yeah.
You
sorry.
were
I know.
going.
Nobody needs to know about the
15
hand
centimeters.
distance.
Nobody still knows.
Well, I just
but-
want to get a gauge of how big the creature is that made
It's about
that.
10 centimeters.
Odds are, I mean, if you were to cup your hand, we'll just say
tiny
this
man.
for the sake of not exact measurements. If you were to cup your hand,
That's more than
that
that.
is
It's
the
like 30
width
centimeters.
of an individual
Wow.
slash.
Wow.
Wow.
So it's
3 of those,
about like that.
one over the top of each other, with
And I'm-
very little space in between.
I'm coming up behind him, and I rolled a 17 on that.
17.
Yeah.
Okay. This definitely seems to be claw marks from a very large, most likely predatory animal.
Soren, this is from an animal.
From the
The claw marks.
I'm just
clear
like,
away.
no.
From the closer
From what we've seen with that hand, this thing was eating humans.
the closer inspection of the individual kind of claw marks, you see within, kind of embedded, like it actually cut through not only the wall, but part of the framework as well behind it. So whatever clawed through was sustained strength all the way through. And it seems that kind of along the edge, like you can tell just from where the entry point was to kind of where the end is, there's a large streak of crimson.